Welcome. I hope you're already starting to feel the benefits of this course. May your own inner smile be your guide. So far, we've used insight and body breathing on our journey. Today, we take another important step. As we mentioned in the first sessions, in order to transcend anxiety, we need to work harmoniously on all our complicated dimensions. That means we treat the whole human: mind, body, and emotion. Get comfortable, deep breaths, and start sinking into a meditative state. As you follow along, allow one small part of your mind to keep an eye on your breathing. Like last time, we're going to briefly introduce the next technique. How do emotions relate to anxiety? How do we work with this? Think of it this way. When we hold on to anxious feelings, the body holds onto those negative emotions in the form of muscle tension, pain, and sickness. That, in turn, feeds more negative feelings and thoughts. Unless we reverse the process, it starts to build up over time. Life becomes painful. If you've struggled with anxiety for a while, you might already know all about it. We are going to transcend that feedback loop. We begin with honesty. Oftentimes, it is hard to let go of our emotional pain and fear. We carry that parasite with us, holding on in the heart for years sometimes. Even though we wish it were different, we pretend we're okay, but really we're suffering. Something inside us refuses to let go and move on. We become even more anxious. That's why we need total, brutal honesty with ourselves. We have to look in that mirror. If we avoid the deep self or pretend that we are fine, we go around in circles and face the same old enemy over and over again. Isn't that anxiety? Take courage. You are an astounding, powerful, and conscious piece of great nature. It is difficult, but possible, and the rewards are worth it. Our emotional dimension spans the gap between mind and body. In other words, sometimes we can explain some feelings rationally in our minds. We sense other feelings more in the body, but we can't always define them in words or explain them. How do we work with something that is so unpredictable and difficult to pin down? Remember what happens if I tell you not to think of the orange elephant with wings? We can't fight thoughts in that way. Well, just as we can't fight our minds directly, neither can we manage our emotions by fighting, by suppressing them, by ignoring them, or simply wishing they would change and sweeping them under the carpet. Let's try an experiment to drive this idea home. How are you feeling right now? Exactly what emotions are present in you at this moment? It might be very difficult to describe accurately. Or maybe not. That's perfectly all right. Whatever you are feeling, that is what you are feeling. No judgment. We simply accept that with total honesty. The fact that you are paying honest attention is what matters here. That is the key. Now, let's try again, But this time, try to force yourself to feel an emotion, like anger, for example. Try to feel angry on purpose. Did it work? Are you pulling an angry face? It was probably quite difficult. We can't simply force ourselves to feel the way we want to feel. It's not that simple or easy. Our bodies may be physical, but our emotions are more like liquid energy. Our thoughts are even finer and more subtle, almost like the air we breathe. We need to work with the things as they are. Here's a useful illustration. Emotional energy is a bit like water. If you want to move water to a specific place, and you try to push it with your hands or with a broom, it ends up spreading all over the place. Instead, if you make a path, a channel for that water, it will flow all by itself towards the right destination, following the path of least resistance. That is how rivers make their way to the ocean. In that sense, the ocean is the center of gravity for the river. If we want to take that liquid energy, our emotions, that are locked up in anxiety, fear, and resistance, and change those feelings into peace, vitality, and love, then we need to work with them in a similar way. We need to create a center of gravity in our hearts. We need to open the channels so the emotions can flow smoothly by themselves, without flowing out of control, spreading in the wrong way. So let's begin to do that. Make contact with your breath, as we did in the last session. Now, sink your attention down into your heart area. Feel that interior space. Just hold your honest, powerful attention there, near your beating heart. Feel your heartbeat if you can. Feel your breath going in and out. Expand your awareness now. While staying in that area, widen your attention to include emotions too. Feelings, whatever shape they take. If it helps, you can visualize a warm, living glow in there, right at the center. The glow pulses with your heartbeat and expands with your breath, in and out. When we feel anxious, that space closes up tightly. So let's open up the gates a little bit and relax. You are safe in that space. That is home. Be present in that energy. Allow the mind to greet the body in sincere friendship. Allow the emotions to join body and mind into one song. Feel that warm pulsing. Pay close attention. Invite feelings of care and friendliness. Invite acceptance and love there. Will it so? Create that center of gravity. Feel that it is so. No need to think. My balanced and open heart is my home. I am safe and whole in there. I'm always secure here. This is my very own living sense of wonder. I will open my eyes, my mind, and my heart to the positive and good that exists in the world and in me. I will notice the things that are working right. I will notice kindness, smiles, and natural beauty. I will notice my own good thoughts and feelings. This is my happy place. I carry it with me wherever I go. My heart is my home. This is where I rest. I am at peace here. I am safe and whole in here. I thank my fears for their service and release them now. Their work is done. Nothing can destroy this peaceful awareness. I am that awareness. I am not the fear. If the fears should return, I will listen to their message and greet them as they depart. For I am the open awareness beyond the fear. This is my sacred home. This is my river of energy. My emotions are my power. I am free and whole in here. Nothing can harm me here. Keep on beaming these kinds of feelings through the heart space. Forget about the specific words. Focus on the feeling. Make these good, open-ended feelings welcome, so they will return often. Just invite them. Guide them home. Put a candle in the window. No need to force anything. Relax and breathe. This kind of meditation might take some practice. But remember, we are learning how to stay in touch with our feelings and to remain aware. Let's repeat that. The key to this whole exercise is that conscious awareness. That is your essence, not fear. The more alert you can become, the more aware you are of your inner world, your feelings, the less power anxiety will have over you. If you are awake and alert during the instant when anxiety is triggered by something, you get the opportunity to reframe your response. If you are asleep, inwardly, anxiety will continue to rule you by default. Be patient with yourself, and eventually, you will notice that you are creating a kind of magnetic force for good. The more often you pay attention and reinforce that center of gravity, the more you will succeed. Success builds on success, and one day you will feel that you are making some real progress. Don't give up. Another thing that really helps with managing the heart center is this. As often as you are able, try to beam out a feeling of general friendliness and loving kindness towards every person, every living being, everything you see. The Buddhists call this metta, loving kindness. Don't wait for a reason. Don't say anything or do anything. Just beam out that feeling on purpose. At first, you may fail many times. After a while, it becomes second nature. It creates a protective emotional aura around you. If you struggle with that, then start with something easy, like a pet or a good friend. Work from there. By reinforcing this positive emotional stream, anxiety will no longer find a cozy home in your heart. It won't be able to stand the warm, friendly, balanced atmosphere in there. It will begin to go away, all by itself. It will simply be balanced, if not completely crowded out, by the love the joy, the wonder. Allow it to happen and encourage it when you notice those feelings in yourself. Never force it. Let it flow like a river. Sometimes we're very heavy-handed with our own willpower. We try to use discipline and force, when really we should be nurturing ourselves. So start with self-love. Forgive yourself for being anxious. Be kind to yourself anyway. That's it for today. Try to remember the essence of this session as you go through the rest of your day. And if you find yourself forgetting, be sure to come back and remind yourself. In the next session, we will work on the dimension of mind. For now, take it easy. May your good heart glow with wonder and peace.